So then what we need to do is we need to start formalising this consultation process, and we do that through 3 processes. So the first process that we start to look at is what is called peer validation. And this is an internal process that we do here at CIT, and within our aged care team, it means that members of our team are on a regular basis reviewing the unit of competency that is being taught, the resources and learning materials that are being used, the pedagogy that is attached to that, which is reflected in our philosophy, and most importantly, the assessment tools that are being used that will enable students to demonstrate competency. So part of that peer validation process sets up what we then take to industry and talk to industry about. So if I were to go out to industry and talk about industry moderation or industry validation, I would take all of those assessment tools, including the tools we use for recognition of prior learning. I would take the subject guide and examples of students' work, including those students that have been assessed as competent, not yet competent, or those students that may have failed. And I will show these examples to our industry members so that they begin to have an insight and understanding as to the quality of CIT, aged care and HAC, and to how transparent our assessment processes are in relation to the training package. Let me give you an example of this recently. So recently I was validating with industry a unit of competency which relates to palliative care work. This is a unit of competency which we deliver as core competencies in the Certificate 3 in aged care and an elective in the Certificate 3 in home and community care. It's also a prerequisite for those studying this at the Certificate 4 level. So I contacted one of our wonderful palliative care directors from here in the ACT, and I spent an hour and a half with her going through all of the things that I mentioned to you before. It is a humbling and enriching experience when we take this process seriously, which we did. It was not a tick and flick. It was not quick, let's get out of here, I need to get this done. It was a genuine moment of saying, this is what we're teaching in the classroom. This is how it relates to the learning elements and the performance criteria in the training package. These are the assessments that we are using to assess the students. This is the language and the context that we're entrenching our students in. Now give us your critical view of this. Would you employ a student that had demonstrated competency from this set of tools? Would you employ that student and have faith that they will work ready to do what you need them to do in their roles and responsibilities? So all of this is captured using forms, and the form in this case is titled the Industry Validation Form, which records the length of the meeting, where the meeting took place. It attaches the assessment tools and subject guides that were validated and provides a summary of their feedback. What's really important in the assessment validation process with industry is that industry are able to comment on whether they believe we've applied the principles of assessment. So industry is expecting us to have expertise, as we do in teaching and learning. We have an expectation that industry will willingly share with us what is happening on the ground and how we can work together. So after that process with that industry member is finished, and remember this goes on for scheduled units of competency over the lifetime of our training package. After that has happened, we then come back to CIT and begin to talk as a group, as a team, about what needs to change in our delivery and our teaching. We also provide that feedback to industry, and that is made up in minutes, for example, of the aged care team meeting. CIT, as the registered training organisation, is taking very, very seriously our relationship with our students who teach us so much, and also with our industry members who feed into making sure that we have not only excellent teaching and learning, but also that we're preparing the worker for the aged care industry.